Alright, location of the weapon. Here we go, let's hear the testimony. I saw the murder around 11 p.m. And after asking that it be reported, I went out to the main gate. And there I saw tracks that indicated the snowmobile had been used. It takes 15 minutes to walk through Dusky Bridge, but less than 5 using one of those. Maybe they threw the weapon into Eagle River and came back when I was knocked out. Iris could have done that. She can drive a snowmobile after all. Okay. Witness, please tell us everything you know right away next time. Well, I'm not in the best of shape. What with my back and my age, you know. Quite. There were indeed snowmobile tracks in front of the main gate. Here's a photograph. Okay. A snowmobile, eh? I see. Well, it certainly is an interesting theory. The tracks begin in front of Hazakura Temple. Excuse me, I mispronounced. Aye. And run all the way to Dusky Bridge. Tracks photo added to the court record. But already you already saw something else there, right? I'll show you guys in a second that already is blowing this whole thing apart. Here. That shows your pesky problem, yes? No, wrong. And I'll show you why. Yeah, indeed, there are snowmobile tracks. She's right about that. But, guess what? There's also footprints, right? So that would indicate there were two parties, not one. Because why in the holy hell would there be a snowmobile that was parked in front of the temple, yet then there's footprints away? That doesn't really make sense. So in my opinion, there's something else going on here. Okay. The Eagle River's current is quite swift, meaning that it doesn't freeze over in winter, making it the perfect place to dispose of the murder weapon. Oh, wow! Well, ladies and gentlemen, Court de Verg just tipped me $100. Thank you very much to Court de Verg. I appreciate that very much, man. And he said, they said, loving all the content, especially the pre-stream. Keep up the good work, buddy. Thank you very much, Court de Verg. I appreciate that $100 tip. That is going to help out a lot. You know, especially the fact that I already have no money and I have multiple bills that need to clear. So it will at least help somewhat. Thank you very much. De Verg. Okay, so that gets up to $105 tips tonight. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Let's continue, shall we? Where'd I put the controller? Here it is. All right. Did she really go to the river to dispose of the murder weapon? Mr. Edgeworth, your cross-examination, please. Okay. Let's read all the statements again first. Well, first of all, let's save. I saw the murder at 11 p.m. After asking that it be reported, I went out to the main gate. There I saw tracks that indicated the snowmobile had been used. It takes 15 minutes to walk to Dusky Bridge, but less than 5 using one of those. Maybe they threw the weapon into Eagle River and came back when I was knocked out, and Iris could drive a snowmobile. Okay, I want to ask this. I saw the tracks. Let's do that. As I recall, there was a snowmobile outside the main gate when I visited. That's it. That's the only one we have. It'll run no matter how much snow falls. Now, you're certain that snowmobile was there at the main gate when you arrived? Yes, of course. It was always parked in front of the gate. So, she had already gone, discarded the murder weapon, and returned by that time. I'm not sure if this really is relevant. What should I do? Press further. I need answers to every possible doubt. The snowmobile in question. Was it still warm at that time? Huh? Oh, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean, eh? What do you mean, Miles Edgeworth? I'm playing with a slow crowd here. It goes without saying that using a snowmobile would heat its engine. If it was still warm, then it means it was recently used. Oh, I see. I never thought of that. That's right. I overlooked that too. Of course you did. And answer the question, please, witness. I don't often go around touching hot engines. However, now that you mention it, there wasn't any snow on it. Snow? Yes, so for some reason, only the snowmobile wasn't covered in snow. There wasn't any snow on it? Curses. It seems highly likely that the killer did use the snowmobile then, eh? How long does it take to get to Dusky Bridge by snowmobile? Okay. Anyway, shout out to Loss, who took me $5 to shout out to all the people living the best they can. Life short, so we can all live the best we can. Thank you, Loss, for the $5 tip. That gives us up to $110 tips, and I thank you very, very much. I appreciate that. And Phantom Ghost Robo has subscribed to the channel. Thank you, Phantom Ghost Robo, for that subscription. Much appreciated. Thank you. Okay. Let's press here. In that case, why didn't you use it yourself? You could have spared yourself some walking. But there's a reason for that. Have we got a moment for me to explain? I think that's why the question was asked in the first place. It was about a month ago. I was driving my beloved little snowmobile, happy as can be. I'd fetched some water and was heading back when it crashed into a tree. The tree in my back bolt went crunch, just like that. Crunch. Crunch. I haven't been able to find the courage to write anything since then. Anyway, the killer must have used it. Okay, try this. They threw the weapon into Eagle River. Refresh your memory. How long were you knocked out for? Like I said, somewhere between 10 to 20 minutes. It's possible to get to the bridge and back in 10 minutes using the snowmobile. I have to concede that this is more than enough time. Is that all you wish to concede, Miles Edgeworth? Oh, excuse me. Is that all you wish to concede, Miles Edgeworth? Okay. Alright, Iris could have done that. She could drive a snowmobile after all. Excuse me. While it would have been possible, time-wise, one element remains out of place here. Oh, and what would this mystery element be? The killer's reasoning, Your Honor. Why did the killer do all of this? Why go to the Eagle River to dispose of the murder weapon when there are other methods? Too many unanswered questions. Your response, Ms. Von Karma? Ha! Chatting to me for help over the slightest thing. Why don't you think for yourself once in a while, Your Honor? What? She's as over the top as always. Anyway, whatever the reason, the fact remains that the defendant could have done this. The murder weapon was disposed of in the river. Another point to me, Miles Edgeworth. Another mystery to feed the fire. Was there any reason to go and throw away the murder weapon? Luckily, there's surely a problem with this testimony. All I have to do is start poking holes into the flawed account. Okay. Not anonymous. Timmy, $2, and I know you played Dragon Quest V on the DS. Have you ever played any other Dragon Quest games on the DS? What was your favorite? Yeah, I played at least 3 of them on the DS. I know that for a fact. Or at least, I know, okay, let me take that back. I played 3 of them. Some of them were on the DS, and maybe, I don't remember if any of them were ever on the Game Boy Advance, but I know some were on the DS. I don't exactly know if any of them were 3DS, though. But I definitely played 3 different Dragon Quest games, I remember that. Now, did I have a favorite? The one that I remember being my favorite, I can't remember which number it was, but there was one where there were an alternate dimension. And so I think there was alternate dimension characters and alternate dimension plot lines. And it was cool because I think at one point you would go between the dimensions and stuff. I can't remember what the hell that one was. But that was when I really liked the plot of that one because it was like very interesting and intriguing. But good luck remembering it. That was so long ago when I played those, I can't remember what the hell it was, so. Why can't we be friends? Sherry said, what do you like more, Final Fantasy 4 DS or Chrono Trigger DS? They're both good. I actually think Final Fantasy 4 for the Game Boy Advance is better. Because not only does it use just a slightly upscaled version of the original 2D graphics, which I really like, but it had tons of post-game content. The DS version doesn't have any of the post-game content. So, I think that essentially the advanced version is better, therefore I guess Chrono Trigger DS would be better. There you go. Alright. Alright, so I saw the murder around 11 p.m. You were sure about the time? Yes, I was worried about it after all. Why was that? Because I have a strong sense of responsibility, especially at this time of the year. The acolyte was being doused in freezing water at the time, and I couldn't very well take it easy in the bath all night long now, could I? So at 11, I decided to leave Hazakura Temple. Her estimation of the time seems reliable at least. Please continue, sister. After asking to be reported, I went out to the main gate. You asked Phoenix Wright to report the crime, correct? Right, the one who trampled me. It seems she is the type to hold a grudge. There isn't a phone in the main hall, so I sent him to the bridge. Phoenix Wright? He didn't even have his cell phone on him? He's forgotten it at home, apparently. What a naive boy, as always. Not only do I always carry my phone, but I always have my whip in hand, too. Anyway, I was really scared, and it was taking him a while to get back. So I thought I'd go out by the main gate for a spell. Alright, so we already pressed this. We already pressed that. We already pressed that, and we already pressed that. Say. I think I'm gonna present the picture. The reason I'm gonna present the picture is the footprints. She's gonna say, well, what do you mean? Why are you presenting this? I'm gonna say, well, yeah, there's an indication that the snowmobile was used, sure, but there's also footprints. So, you know, it doesn't make any sense. This evidence really doesn't prove anything. Well, it's wrong. Alright. I tried. So they're saying it would have taken 10 minutes by foot, but 5 minutes by snowmobile. It takes 15 minutes to go to Dusky Bridge on foot, but 5 minutes on the snowmobile. I'm thinking it has something to do with the snow. Because there was a big point about, oh, there was no snow on the snowmobile, right? Damn it! I thought it was it, and it wasn't it. Son of a bitch. This is a tough one, man. This is it. This has got to be it. Maybe they threw the weapon in the Eagle River and came back while I was knocked out. Okay. Now she claims she was knocked out. She saw the murder around 11 p.m. There's a reason why they couldn't have done this. It has something to do with the snow. She's claiming She apparently went out around 11. Saw the body passed out, and then Phoenix ran into her? Ugh. Oh man, this is so tough. This is tough. I'm just gonna start trying guessing stuff. I don't know. I'm just gonna start throwing stuff at this. Alright. Samson $10 million says, by planning on doing viewer-created levels in Mario Maker 2, if so, to make it easier for people to send you levels, creating a Twitter hashtag would be a good idea. Possibly, yes. We'll see. I'm not sure yet, but possibly, yes. Okay.
Objection!
I got it. It was the picture. I meant this photograph proves something. It proves the snowmobile was used on the night of the murder. You finally accepted the inevitable, it seems, Miles Edgeworth. However, if what the witness says is true, then why is there only one set of tracks? What do you mean? Iris left Hazakura Temple, threw the weapon in the river, and then returned. If this was the case, then naturally there should be two sets of tracks in the snow. Those from heading out to the bridge and those from coming back. You're right. You are forgetting one thing, Miles Edgeworth. Huh? On the night of the murder, it was snowing. The tracks leading to the bridge were erased by the snowfall. This removes your precious contradiction now, doesn't it?
I see. While she was at the river, the snow stopped, leaving just the return tracks in the snow.
Ha! What do you have to say now, Miles Edgeworth? Is there a flaw in her theory? There is. Yup. There's a contradiction. The tracks by the river were covered by snow. What a nice theory. Miss Von Karma, that is impossible. How would you care to explain? Why there's a rude index finger currently pointed in my general direction. No need. The evidence will do all the talking for me. On the night of the murder, I'm going to save again. Aguiar Artorias just cheered and said, do you play any of the Project X Zone games? What DS games are you playing right now? I don't think so. A Project X Zone. The only thing that this sounds familiar with, there's going to be a fighting game where psychic people would float and attack each other with psychic abilities by floating in midair. That's the only thing that rings a bell when I hear Project X Zone. I don't know if that's what the hell you're referencing. So if that's the case, yeah, I played one way back in the day when it was like new. I've never did any of that since then. What DS games am I playing right now? Nothing. I haven't played the Nintendo DS in years. Fun fact, I charged my Nintendo DS, and I tested my Nintendo DS, and here it is. For when I was going to Connecticut, I wanted to test it and make sure if it worked, if I wanted to take it on the flight with me. And I actually checked, and I do still have Luigi's Mansion 2, and I still have Zelda Link Between Worlds. I still have those games. And I was thinking of bringing it with me, and then I decided not to, and I didn't bring it. So, I haven't used the DS in years. Last time I did use the DS was when I did something for stream. So. Okay, anyway.
So, on the night of the murder, the killer went to and returned from Dusky Bridge. In order to dispose of the murder weapon, the outgoing tracks were erased by snow. Or so claims Miss Von Karma. Mr. Edgeworth, present your evidence to the contrary. Evidence that the outgoing tracks were not covered by snow.
The weather data.
Take that!
Witness, please tell us again what time it was when you witnessed the crime.
Like I said, it was around 11.
Of course, this means that the weapon was thrown away after that time, correct? On that note, please take a look at this data. Here's the weather report for Eagle Mountain on the night of the murder.
The weather report?
Snow started to fall at 7 p.m., but it stopped around 10:50. Huh. Therefore, when the sister witnessed the crime at 11 p.m., the snow had already stopped falling. It is impossible for any tracks made after that time to have been covered up. Ah! Rubble, rubble.
Order, order! Oh, very well then. It looks like Miss Von Karma's claim has been snowed in.
Whoa! It's too soon to be closing this trial due to snow. Ha! Ha ha! Miles Edgeworth, how pathetic of you to rely on the weather of all things. Answer me this then. When is a weather report ever correct?
No. You got it all wrong. This isn't a forecast. This is an actual data.
Yeah! Forecast data? All weather reports have some inaccuracies. It may still have been snowing in the vicinity well past 11 p.m.
It's true, we cannot be totally sure, eh?
What? How did she pull that off?
It had stopped snowing at Hazakura Temple when the murder took place. You need to provide conclusive evidence of this.
I've come this far. There's no turning back now. Very well. I, too, cannot allow any doubt to remain concerning this testimony. Let's save again. Alright. Ha! You can't back down, can you? Such a perfectionist, Miles Edgeworth.
Very well then, Edgeworth. Where's your evidence that it already stopped snowing when the victim was killed?
Obviously the picture. Why? Because there's no snow on her. That's why. Ultimately, it all comes down to one point. That being, whether or not it was snowing in that courtyard when the victim was stabbed. That's right, but proving that is incredibly easy. Huh? If we want to know whether or not it was snowing, this photo will tell us everything. Of course, I am referring to the photo of the crime scene. As you can see, everything is covered with snow, with just one exception, and that is the victim herself, Miss Elise Donim, and also the sword, by the way. There's no snow on the sword. Why is there no snow on top of her? The answer is simple. It stopped snowing when she was killed, that's why. Ah! In other words, if the killer really did go to the Eagle River to dispose of the murder weapon, then in this photograph, there should be two sets of tracks. Ah! Rubble, 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 rubble.
Order, order, just raw.
Just what are you suggesting, Miles Edgeworth? To be honest, I'm not entirely sure myself, but this is simply what all the facts point to. That night, someone used a snowmobile to leave Hazakura Temple. From the tracks left, it can be understood that they were heading for Dusky Bridge. At that time, it was still snowing. Of course it was, because those tracks were erased by the snow. Then when this person returned to Hazakura Temple, the snow had stopped. Thus, the return tracks remained. Can I... Oh, excuse me.
Can I say something? This all sounds a bit fishy to me.
What does, sister?
There is only one key for the snowmobile.
Huh? Furthermore, on the night in question, we know the defendant had it. The key was found in her room after the murder.
Which can only mean that night, young Iris used the snowmobile to go to the inner temple.
But Iris said that she never went there. I should probably press more on this point, some more once I get that chance. Okay. So is this? Oh, let's save now. Save again. Save whenever I can.
The snowmobile can't cross the suspension bridge, so she must have left it on the Hazakura side of the bridge and crossed on foot. That sounds right. But what's odd is when I left Iris and returned to Hazakura Temple, I didn't see anything near Dusky Bridge.
You must have failed to see it, sister.
Maybe, but when I made it back to Hazakura Temple, it was there by the main gate, The snowmobile, I mean. I know what I saw. It was covered in snow, too.
But that isn't possible. What the hell?
Order in the court. What does this all mean?
Yeah. So then, what was the snowmobile used for? It wasn't taken by the defendant when she went to the inner temple. If it had been, then the witness couldn't possibly have seen it by the gate. Furthermore, it wasn't used by the killer to dispose of the murder weapon. If that was the case, there should be 2 sets of tracks in the photo. All we know is this. After it stopped snowing, someone used the snowmobile to return to Hazakura Temple. I never thought a simple snowmobile could cause so much trouble. Tuh. Interesting.
I think we've learned all we can from this witness.
Yeah.
Yes, I've nothing more to add. I've told you everything that I know. But then, that still leaves us with the same problem. If only there was someone, a witness who could testify to having seen the snowmobile.
A witness, huh?
Was there no one out walking, perhaps near Dusky Bridge that night? I don't think that's likely. It was cold enough to freeze your ears off. Only an idiot would go out wandering in that. Unless they had something really important to do. That's a shame.
Hold on. Something is coming to me. An idiot may well have gone wandering out that subarctic night. Your Honor! Actually, there just might be one individual who may be of help to us. Akio Artorius hit it right on the head. He said, when something smells, it's usually the butts. Okay, Crystal Laser just cheered. He said, Phil, won't be here for your next Final Fantasy IX stream, but one of the next areas, Gizamaluk's Grotto, there's an extremely broken grind spot that can send you up to level 655 plus as long as you won the Coral Ring from the hunting game. You probably won't use it, but it's good to know if you need to grind later on. I did get the Coral Ring from the hunting game. Okay, so the judge says, really? You know of someone who might have seen the snowmobile on the night of the murder? I don't know for sure if he saw it or not, but there are 2 things about him that do come to mind.
Which are?
First, that he saw something incredible on the night of the murder. And the second being, this individual that I'm thinking of went wandering outside on that cold night. In other words, he is our kind of idiot.
Mr. Edgeworth, who is this idiot you're talking about?
Well, of course, the only one person we could possibly be referencing here. Godot! Let's do it. Press it.
Take that!
The bots.
This guy must be a product of Jean-Luc Deledeux's Guide to Obnoxious Fringe Painting.
This is Larry Butts, a disciple of the victim, Elise Donin.
Press student? Interesting. And why was he wandering about a boot outside of the night of the murder?
That's... I could tell them all about his designs for Iris, but it may cost us his credibility as a witness even before I can call him. He is, after all, an artist. He was, perhaps, searching for something in the snowy scenery that would move him. Although I cannot guarantee that this is the reason. And so, this unfortunate, unreliable-looking man, what exactly was it that he saw? I intend to extract that from him right here in this courtroom.
Summon this youth as a witness immediately.
I have no choice, do I? I believe he's in the gallery for this trial. It will not take long to summon him.
Very well.
Larry, you may have escaped me yesterday, but today I'm going to get everything out of you. We're going to squeeze that butts for information, milk the butts, and get as much of the gooey goodness of truth out of him as possible. You got to milk that butts, man.
The court will now adjourn for a 20-minute break. Ms. Von Karma, please see to preparing the next witness.
Understood, Your Honor.
Good. Well then, court is now in recess. Let's get ready to milk the butts.
Very nice. Crystal Laser did a 100-bit cheer. And he says, good, laughing out loud, have someone tell you about it next stream. Fair enough, that's Friday, so. I guess, guys, we'll go another half hour, but sadly, there's no way we're going to get through this next portion of the case. You know it's probably going to be at least an hour to 2 hours long, and I don't have that much time. I got about 30 minutes left. So I apologize to all of you in advance. If we start this next segment, it's definitely not finishing tonight, okay? Alright, let's save. The bridge to Terabithia. Oh, wait, to the turnabout. Excuse me. Alright. That Nanomouse just wants the butts. Let's get a good taste of the butts. A nice big hearty helping of the butts before we sign off for tonight, okay? Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm not really sure what to say. Iris, we only have 20 minutes. There are 2 things which I need to ask you before we reconvene. Alright, I'll help you any way I can. First, about that night. You really didn't go to the Inner Temple, correct? The last witness claims that to have met with you and talked with you in the training hall. Either you or Sister Bikini is lying. Mr. Edgeworth, it is just as I said yesterday. Until the incident occurred, I was in my own room in Hazakura Temple. Very well. The second thing, then. That night, the temple snowmobile was used in between the time Sister Bikini returned to the main hall and when she bore witness to the murder. Sometime between 10:30 and 11 p.m. that night. Were you the one who used the snowmobile? There is only one key for the snowmobile. The only person who could have used it was me. So it was you. But why? What made you go out to the Dusky Bridge? I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh no. Oh no. No, wait! Don't do this! Ah! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5! 5 Cyclops! Ay, 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 ay. Fucking shit. God damn it. Alright, well, Edgeworth says, Iris. I can't tell you about that yet. Yet? Not until her safety is confirmed. Her? The safety of the Acolyte. The Acolyte, huh? She must be talking about Maya. Well, that's true. We still don't know what the fuck happened to Maya or Pearls. What happened to them? Where the frick have they been? Ah! Where are they? I want to know. I want to know what's going on. I demand an answer and we have no answer. This is bullshit. I want an answer. Who painted that painting in the background and what the hell is it? What kind of tie is that guard wearing? And is that an ashtray next to the sofa? I want answers. We better get some goddamn answers. Iris, look me in the eye and tell me the truth. Did you kill Elise Donim? No matter who or what may come, I could never take a lie. As I thought, no psycho locks. Very well. It is my job to get to the truth. You'll discover this for yourself soon enough. Okay. I just read the wrong line in stream chat. Something about Crystal from Star Fox being naked and eating a sandwich. And that was from one of the moderators, too. Why? Why? Alright, let's continue, everybody. Let's get this out of my mind now. Court will now reconvene. Good lord, let's get the fuck out of that break where they're talking about naked Crystal from Star Fox. Jesus Christ. Ms. Von Karma, where is the witness? During the break, a man was detained for suspicious behavior in the gallery. Suspicious behavior? He was sketching something very intensely. Dare I ask what the witness was sketching when he was detained? He drew a terrifying woman, completely covered in fur. He was from Star Fox. It was Crystal. No, it wasn't. She drew a terrifying woman armed with a demonic face and a vicious whip. Oh? I can only presume that his intention was to capture you all. Anyway, it's time to drag this pathetic excuse for an artist before the court. Lotties, down him. I hope you're ready. Get in here! Ha! Well, it would seem that Whip is going to see plenty more of a use today. Alright. Oh my god. Ouch! Your sketch is in contempt of this court!
Hey! I was just artistically rendering. Ouch!
You tried to run away from the bailiff who was trying to hand you your subpoenas, correct?
Look, I'm nothing more than a fledgling artist. Training out in the mountains, dude. I'm only down here in the city because I ran out of green paint. Well, to use the technical term for the color viridian, dude.
Larry, this isn't an art store now, is it?
I know, I graduated junior high, okay? Look, art is all about working in the fields, isn't it, dudes?
Okay. No name Timmy $5 saying Greg Miller is the co-founder of Kind of Funny Games. He used to be a huge IGN personality. That's why publishers are kissing their butt. No, I don't know. I don't care who he is or know who he is. My point is, what I said a couple days ago was, he out of nowhere became like the forefront of the gaming community. He got all the priority things for some reason. Like he got an early copy of Metal Gear Solid 5. No one else did. Like, I don't care if he worked for fucking IGN. I don't care. Who the fuck is this guy? Where the fuck did he ever get some kind of an elitist priority that he is like the god of gaming and gets everything early and gets the hosting capabilities and becomes the trending game? I never even heard of the motherfucker. Who the fuck was this guy? He wasn't notable on YouTube. He wasn't notable on Twitch. He wasn't notable anywhere. Just because he worked for IGN, he became the top guy? That's what I mean. Like, literally out of nowhere, he was chosen as the golden boy of gaming. And it just baffles my fucking mind that people even, like, pay attention to the guy. That's just me, though, you know? Like, I don't know who the fuck this guy was to begin with. All of a sudden, next thing I know, he's in every possible thing, getting shoved down everyone's throat for, like, 4 straight years. Alright, let's continue, shall we? Alright.
Look, art is all about working in the fields, isn't it? Working in the fields?
I presume he wanted to say field work, I hope.
That's it. Thanks, buddy.
It's kind of sad that I was able to understand his mangled train wreck of a sentence.
I just happened to stop in here and found a wonderful new model. So see, I've got nothing to do with this trial at all, at all, dudes. I expect all your faces to be red when you realize this mistake, bright red. Or to use the technical term, Crimson Lake. Ouch! Ouch, 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 ouch!
Stop your pathetic babbling and testify like a man!
Refrain from whipping me, Miss Von Karma. Cross-whipping is as bad as cross-checking. Witness, that is all your fault. Testify now. Whoa! This is too much for me.
Oh my god.
What I saw. I was at that lodge out in the mountains looking up at the stars that night. I walked to the bridge a number of times, but I didn't see a snowmobile. I didn't see anyone at the bridge that night either, dude. The girl I was waiting for didn't show up. My teacher died on me. I'm all alone now. Aren't I, Edgy? Witness, please refrain from talking directly to the lawyers during your testimony. I'm just a nobody. Nothing but a small, worthless man, aren't I? And why wasn't I asked for my name and occupation, or anything else? Mr. Edgeworth, this man seems to have quite a severe inferiority complex.
He's recently been the cause of numerous incidents. I think he's finally realized for himself just how much of a nuisance he's been to other people. Yeah, that's right. I'm behind everything. Every case. Watch out, okay? I'm just touching me will make you eternally unhappy.
Well then, let us proceed with the cross-examination with no touching, thank you. We can delve into other details at a later time.
Alright, what I saw. Good lord. By the way, I'm already at 0. I can't make a single fucking mistake. Look. So I was at the lodge in the mountains looking up at the stars that night. Let me save. Okay.
Hold it!
Whatever is the matter, Mr. Edgeworth?
This is one single statement is so full of contradictions. For a moment there, I thought I was going to collapse. So, witness? Any idea as to where these contradictions in your testimony lie? Depending on your answer, I may stray my whip.
Okay, give me a minute. Well, it was snowing that night, so I couldn't possibly have seen the stars. That rundown check is hardly a lodge, is it, dude? And even if the stars could be seen, it isn't like I was there to look at them, right?
See? You can do it if you try.
Ouch!
There's only one issue here. What you saw at Dusky Bridge. Okay.
You walked to the bridge a number of times, alright.
Hold it!
A number of times? How many? Maybe 5 times? I went once every 20 minutes.
Which means you spent almost 2 hours at Heavenly Hall that night?
You bet. Real love is about waiting for your heart with your heart in your hands. Love, you say?
It was this man's intention to summon the defendant to the small shack, using this blackmail letter.
Blackmail? No, that was simply a product of overflowing love, dude.
Ah! You huffy, puffy, loosey-goosey excuse for the whipping, whining bosom of witness! Huh.
So, what did you see? I hope for your sake that you saw a snowmobile. You huffy, puffy, loosey-goosey excuse for a whipping, whining wuss of a witness, eh? Well, you see, being called those things doesn't seem to bother him at all. I didn't see a snowmobile.
Hold it!
Larry, you really didn't see it?
Hey, no need to hit your desk. I can hear you. I didn't see it, dude. I didn't see a snowmobile.
Larry, say snowmobile for me, please.
Snowmobile?
If you truly have nothing to hide, then why are you stammering like you just flew over a cuckoo's nest?
Shut up! What is this? I don't know. Don't ask me.
It seems like I'll need to start from a more obvious contradiction. I'm going to strike the blow that will finally get him to spill the beans. Alright, so you didn't see anyone at the bridge that night either.
Hold it!
You didn't meet anyone?
That's right, because I've got nothing to do with this.
And I'm just here to buy some Viridian paint, okay? Come on, I expect to see those Crimson Lake faces now.
It would appear that simply pressing him isn't going to be enough, Mr. Edgeworth.
Indeed. It seems that he's going to claim to have nothing to do with this to the end. I don't want this guy to cost us any more time. I need to slice through his obvious contradictions and keep things moving along. So we gotta do it again. Alright. See? She was at the lodge out in the mountains, looking up at the stars that night. I walked to the bridge a number of times. I didn't see a snowmobile. I didn't see anyone at the bridge that night either. Okay. I got it. He was the one who left these footprints. Those are his footprints in the snow. And he says he didn't see a snowmobile. Then how on earth? He must have seen the snowmobile at one point right there. Yep. Let's see.
Objection!
No? I guess not. I'm wrong. I guess I was wrong. That's it. The case is over. It's extremely clear. Guilty. Iris is dead. That's it. It's over. I fucked up. Miles Edgeworth loses his first case at the defense, and that's the end of everything. Everything. Phoenix Wright dies in the hospital. He catches he catches measles at the hospital from an unvaccinated kid staying in the bed next to him, thanks to an anti-vaxxer parent, and he catches a deadly case of measles and dies as an adult. So it's over. Okay. Alright, let's try this again. I didn't see anyone at the bridge that night either. This is tough.
Objection!
That's not it. Oh, I don't know, man. This is tough. I don't know what to present here. I'm lost. I am 100% lost at this one. Damn it. Wait a minute. Oh my god, okay. Oh, now I get it. You gotta remember, we're not talking about that night of the murder. We're talking about after. See? Now I know exactly what we're supposed to do. They fucked me. They mind fucked me. Because here I am, I'm racking my brain about we were interviewing him about when Iris, and he was trying to meet with Iris, and all of that. And I'm racking my brain like, what? And then I'm like, wait a minute. If you think back to the original intro of this chapter, when Phoenix Wright gets told by Bikini that there was a murder, he runs outside, right? And the bridge is on fire, and he runs into Butts. So the contradiction here is that Phoenix Wright ran into him at the bridge that night. That's the contradiction. Oh my god, that's hard because... That's so hard because it's a different time. Like, you're not even thinking about it. You're basically looking for a contradiction in it just to move things along, even though it has nothing to do with the case. So, we need to present Phoenix.
Objection!
Wow. That's tough, dude. Larry Butts, I can understand why you might want to throw your old life away. You're pretty pathetic, and you cause all sorts of trouble. But, I'm sorry. But having realized just now how much of a nuisance you've been, that can be considered a step in the right direction. Edgy, are you trying to console me? It certainly doesn't sound that way to me. However, I cannot forgive you for simply turning away from your incidents you create. Wow! You're totally pinning this on me. Now then, let us talk about the night of the murder. Sister Bikini, after seeing the murder take place, asked Phoenix Wright to report it. Thus, he headed for the public phone by the bridge. There, he happened to cross a certain nefarious individual. You, Larry Butts. That's right, me in the flesh. Listen carefully, witness. It doesn't matter if you change your name. So long as you remain pretty pathetic, you will continue to cause these incidents. That reality will not change. But, what do you want me to do then, bro? Larry, what you really need to do is change your inner self, but for now, what you saw that night, testify truthfully about this one issue is all I need from you. Edgy, I think I've finally woken up. Well, I guess I could still be sleeping. But anyway, I'll do it. I'll testify. Well, I'm not sure this will go especially well. I'll ask again then, witness. What did you see on the night of the murder? Alright. Time to save again. I went to the shack at around 9, so it would have been around 10:30 p.m. I was lying under my bedding when a white flash almost blinded me. I looked out at the window, and the dusky bridge was on fire. There was still some thunder, dude, but I went right away to check it out. And that's when I ran into Nick.
You certainly saw quite a lot, didn't you?
So, what happened to the bridge after it caught on fire?
It was like me after a 3-day stint chasing a girl. It totally burned out. Like, almost totally gone. I mean, trying to cross the burning remains was what caused Nick to fall.
What did you say?
Oh, don't worry. It's nothing life-threatening. He just got a cold.
I never know with that man if he should be called lucky or unlucky.
Now, Mr. Edgeworth, please commit your cross-examination.
I think I already got it. Right? Here's why. I'll show you. It would have been 10:30 p.m. I was lying under my bedding when a white flash almost blinded me. Okay. There was still some thunder, but I went right away to check it out. He didn't go right away to check it out. If it was around 10:30, 10:45, Phoenix wasn't there till after 11, so this is bullshit. Yeah.
You said right away, but exactly how long after the strike was that? The lightning fell and then the bridge caught on fire, maybe around 5 minutes? I mean, I suddenly thought, gotta go check this out.
How far is this small shack you were from the bridge?
Hold on, well, it had pretty much stopped snowing, and we know that didn't happen until 10:50. I guess about a 5-minute walk?
And how did Dusky Bridge look when you got there?
Like, I had recovered a piece of my childhood. I mean, not even the bonfires kids make during school camping trips can compare, dude.
Well, should I press it for a little more? Yes. Why didn't you call anyone? Let me ask you one thing.
What is it, Edgy? What's with the serious face?
Why didn't you call anyone?
Huh? What do you mean?
Normally, when faced with a towering inferno, one would try and tell someone. There's a public phone right by Dusky Bridge, correct?
Well, of course I thought of doing that. So then, let's hear why you didn't. Huh?
Yeah, okay. My reason. It isn't that I didn't try to tell anyone, I just didn't have the time to, okay? Here we go. I arrived at the bridge and Nick showed up less than a minute later. He changed his testimony. See that? Okay.
Hold it!
You claim to arrive at the bridge at the same time as Wright?
Yeah, I thought I better tell someone about this. But then Nick came up yelling about murder. I totally made me forget about the bridge. The fire was pretty much out by then anyway.
What's this feeling? I suddenly have a terrible case of unease. It was after contracting the police that Phoenix Wright fell from the bridge, correct?
Yeah, that's pretty much it, more or less.
He told me about the burning bridge yesterday, but there's still something that doesn't quite fit. Looks like, despite his change of heart, Larry still isn't telling us the whole truth. He was lying in his bedding, looked out the window, there was some thunder, and Nick showed up less than a minute later. Ah! 30 minutes passed between the fire starting and going out. He's completely full of shit. He's completely full of shit per the weather report. He's claiming that it got hit by lightning. He ran over there that only took 5 minutes. But then all of a sudden the fire's out. It said it's burned for 30 minutes. He's completely full of it. Now, where to present this, I don't know. Let's try here.
Objection!
I think we got him. Your very existence being a contradiction, I'm not sure if you can grasp this or not.
What the hey, Edgy? You made me sounds like some sort of alien or something.
But your testimony is conclusively contradictory. The problem here is time.
But I've never been the best timekeeper, you know. 3 minutes after Billy leaves on foot, you follow him on your bicycle. How long does it take for you to catch up with him, dude? Terrible at those.
This is much more simple. You saw the lightning strike Dusky Bridge and immediately went to see what had happened. Is this correct? Yeah, well, I wasted about 5 minutes first, but more or less. I have the weather data from the night of the murder here. According to this, the lightning strike was at 10:45 p.m. You say it takes less than 5 minutes from the shack to the Dusky Bridge, meaning you probably got there at around 11 p.m. That all sounds about right, I guess. And then Nick showed up and did his falling act. That is impossible. What do you mean? 11 p.m. is when the murder occurred in Hazakura Temple. Thus, Wright was still there in the courtyard. There's no way Larry could have encountered him at Dusky Bridge at that time. Ha! Oh, excuse me. I have an objection. You do? Edgy, how many times do I have to say this? I'm not Larry. I'm Laurie's Donim. Yeah! It has not been proven that the murder occurred at 11 p.m. The sister only said around 11. In which case, it could have been earlier than that. Watch your footing there, Miss Francisca Von Karma. The slope ahead is slippery. For there is still no way that Wright could have been at Dusky Bridge at 11 p.m. And why not? It is clearly written here in the weather data report that it took around 30 minutes for the bridge to burn out. Therefore, the bridge must have been burning until at least 11:15 p.m. Which means, what exactly? Wright did not see that bridge while it was being consumed by the flames that night. In fact, he did not arrive on the scene until the flames, after the flames had died down. Larry, you arrived at that bridge at 11 p.m., but Wright did not make it there till at least 11:15. I suggest you stop hiding things and just tell us the whole truth. Now then, what happened during those missing 15 minutes? Irk! I feel like I just got brutally woken up by toilet splashback. I guess I was just still sleeping after all. Haha, pinch me. Oh my god. Alright. Order. So there was a missing 15 minutes prior to meeting Phoenix Wright. I hardly see that as much of a problem. Yeah, not much of a problem at all, dude. Really? The bridge is burning before your eyes, and there is a phone right next to it. Why, then, did you not report the accident? Yes, witness, why didn't you? Were you there simply to watch the bridge burn? And therein lies the problem. For even after the bridge had burned out, he was still there. Staring into space, this witness didn't even attempt to fulfill his civic duty. That's what it sounds like. Ah, but this is Larry we're talking about, and even he is incapable of being so stupid. Which means there has to be a reason for this inaction. Edgy? I think it's about time I got serious with you, dude. Just as I thought, you've been playing with us all this time. Listen, I'm going to tell you everything. Are you sure you want to hear it all? Yes. I may really say it this time. Everything. Yeah! Then say it! Very well. I have a terribly bad feeling about this. However, let's just have the witness finally give us the whole truth. Now, for this 15-minute gap, what were you doing, witness? Alright, so, we're gonna find out. But, we're gonna find out next time, because I am officially out of time for Phoenix Wright tonight. Oh no. Alrighty.